So News, where we've come to remind you that regardless of what you might see on Facebook or on the regular news, the steadfast love of the Lord endures, and his people can't be stopped from saying so. I'm your host, Hannah Allison.
And I'm your host, Chet Rose. This week we wanted to take the opportunity to share some stories about the youth of Zion.
That's right. It's not just the adults who've been busy serving others and spreading joy during this quarantine, but many of the kids of Zion have been channeling their talents and their free time into some very creative and smile-inducing new adventures.
Our main story comes to you from a very big location. No, literally. The location is big. Emilio Anderson has been posting a series of videos on Facebook where he reads stories from his big chair. School might be out, but Emilio Anderson isn't letting that stop him from practicing his awesome reading skills. Emilio has been taking his language arts enrichment and review to a whole new level by cozying up in his biggest chair and reading stories out loud for the kids to watch online. Emilio has posted 2 videos so far, reading Wake Me Up in Spring and Are You My Mother? I think I speak for everyone when I say that this young man is very talented, and these videos are a bright spot in everyone's day.
Well, you definitely speak for me. I'm pretty sure that you know which one was my favorite. Are you my mother? And I bet that you also know exactly what my favorite line was. You're not my mother. You are a scary snort. Oh, I love that part. And it was so much better to have Emilio read it to me. The big thing said, snort. Oh, what a classic.
But Emilio isn't the only Anderson sibling who is using video to brighten others' days.
That's right. His sister Angelia has also created an adorable and informative video outlining 5 ways for us all to stay safe during this quarantine.
Let's take a look.
I am going to be telling you 5 things to stay safe in quarantine, because stuff is going around here and it's hard for people. Okay, number 1, stay home as much as possible. As number 2, okay, keep safe distance outside. Oh, also wear a mask when you go outside, because you don't want to get the sickness in your mouth.
We had a chance to reach out to the kid's dad, Angelo, to get the scoop on these creative kids and their passion for sharing joy with others through visual media. Angela told Say So News that Emilio is a voracious reader, saying that he reads 3 books every day and retains every word, to the point where he can often recite the books back from memory when he is finished. That's pretty advanced for a 6-year-old.
Indeed it is. And Angelia, age 8, has her own YouTube channel. She's had it for a while now, and it's called Peace Signs, which I absolutely love. Her dad told us that her YouTube channel was originally created in order for them to catalog some family memories through her unique perspective. And while it started as a way for the Andersons to keep in touch with family members, Angelia was inspired by this current global situation to make a video for a broader audience.
If you haven't seen Big Chair Storytime with Emilio or Angelia's 5 Ways to Stay Safe video, you can find them on Angelo's Facebook page or at Angelia's Peace Signs channel on YouTube.
In other news about very young members of Zion and some fun adventures with stories, Benji Whitling has written his very first book called Rocket Ship Nana, which you can watch him read on his dad Brett's YouTube channel. I had the chance to speak with Benji's mom, Stephanie, who told us that the story came about because she was teaching him a lesson about book titles and authors, and she asked Benji, what would you title a book if you wrote one? And when she got such a fascinating response, she decided she had to ask him some more questions about the plot, and from there she was able to help Benji write the story and record it for YouTube. We also have a hot exclusive scoop on Benji's next endeavor. He has already expressed interest in writing another story. The title is Tent Town, and it's about a group of people who live in a giant sombrero. Fan favorite characters, Nana, Grandpa, and Kevin the cat will all be making appearances in this story as well. I don't know when we can expect Benji's next literature release, but rest assured, if it is after quarantine is over and we're allowed to get in lines, of course, I will be the first person in line for an autographed copy.
I like that Kevin the Cat made a cameo in the video as well as appearing in the story.
You know, I really liked that too because it was reassuring for me to see him in the video because the story had in fact led me to believe that Nana and Grandpa had abandoned him on the moon after he betrayed them and joined a rival spaceship crew.
Is there any other way to respond to such a betrayal?
I don't think there is. Oh, all this talk of kids and stories has me thinking that we need to play a little game, which means I need you to leave. It's time for a new segment that I like to call Head of the Desk. Each week, I'm going to come to you live from this very desk where I will interact with real human children, asking them questions about the Bible and pop culture. Today, I'll be interviewing the only two children who are available to me, my own kids, Skylar and Julian, and that'll be after the break. All right, and we're back. As I said before, I'm here with the only two children available to me, and really the only two people who are available to me for social interaction most of the time, just in case anyone wants to call me. Please call me. We're here with my kids, Skylar and Julian. How are you guys doing?
Good. Tired.
That's fair. All right, we are doing this kind of late. So I think that we should absolutely play a game here. It's a little game that I like to call Harry Potter or Old Testament. Do you guys want to play a game?
Sure.
You can win a big prize.
Is it called butter pecan ice cream?
It is not.
Close.
Close, but no. So, we're going to play a game that I like to call Harry Potter or Old Testament. Here's how it works. We're going to put 30 seconds on a clock. Can we get a clock with 30 seconds? Great. So we're going to put 30 seconds on a clock, and I'm going to read you a list of names, and you guys have to buzz in. You have this bell here. You guys are going to have to buzz in and tell me if you think that name is the name of a character from Harry Potter or if you think it's someone from the Bible. If you think the name is a character from Harry Potter, you're going to say
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. And if you think that the name is someone from the Bible, then you're going to say
Bible.
Bible. Correct. Yes. So remember, you have to buzz in before you give your answer, because if you're right but you don't buzz in, I'm going to give your point to the other person.
It stopped working.
You have to really give it a go. All right. So, do you understand the rules?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got 30 seconds on the clock. It's time to play Harry Potter or Bible character. By the way, Julian, are you nervous that you're going to lose this game because your sister has read all of the books and you have only seen the movies?
I've also seen all the movies. Yeah.
You're a little nervous?
But I'm more energetic.
You are more energetic. You may hit that buzzer faster than she does. All right, so we have 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to play Harry Potter or Bible character, and away we go. Daedalus.
Bible.
No, it's Harry Potter. Caiaphas.
Bible.
Bible, yes. Rubius.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, you got it. Jehoshua.
Bible.
Bible, yes. Bathsheba.
Bible.
Bible, yes, you got it. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
All right. What about Joshua?
Bible.
Yes, it is the Bible. Lee Jordan.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Magog.
Wait, what?
Magog.
Are we? Bible?
It is from the Bible. Yes, all right. And time is up. Can you tell me who won?
It would be Skylar.
That would be Skylar. Skylar, you win the game. I'm so happy for you. Oh, congratulations. Now let's see what you've won. It's a bottle of lemon juice I bought because I forgot that we already had some the last time I went to the store. I'm so happy. No, don't drink it all in one place. And Julian, unfortunately, you lost. Here, I need you to move your body. Come over here. You lost. And do you know what that means?
What?
Unfortunately, if you lose, that means you have to wear the pillowcase of shame.
No, trade! Trade!
There you go. Okay, look at you in your little shame cave.
Trade!
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Take your lemon juice and leave this area.
Train! No, mine.
All right, and we'll be right back, you guys.
Well, that was interesting and on brand for you. In keeping with today's theme, here are some other exciting and uplifting developments from the next generation at Zion. 2 members of the ZJC youth group have started doing a FaceTime Bible study with one of their peers. Another young person from ZJC has been making phone calls and delivering cookies to a local nursing home so that the residents there know that they aren't alone or forgotten, even though they can't receive in-person visitors. Riker Bingham, Mira Dixon, and Todd Brazier from ZCC have been leading the weekly youth group Zoom calls, which is awesome to see them step into leadership.
And it doesn't get much younger than a newborn baby. In the past month, 2 new babies have been born to the ZJC community. Congratulations to their proud parents, and a big thanks to their campus family who has banded together to provide these moms with over a dozen meals so that they can get some rest and get to know their new family members without any added stress. In other smile-worthy video news, the Kids Life team continues to offer weekly challenges to engage and entertain families across all 3 campuses. Last week's challenge of the video lip sync battle was especially delightful for me. From watching Beth Euchert impromptu singing In Sync in her kitchen to the entire Johnson fam performing Backstreet Boys in their living room, there were plenty of boy band performances represented, and that did my inner teenage heart some real good.
I was partial to the various Disney covers we got to see, like Cam and Bree's duet from Frozen, but the real MVP was Miss Dani Maurer, who performed a duet with herself from Aladdin, complete with costume and video effects.
I absolutely agree with you. She is the real MVP.
Absolutely.
And speaking of MVPs, last week was the NFL draft, which you know was a very big event in our house. The kids got to stay up late every night to see who their teams were going to choose. I got to spend an entire morning hand sewing an Andrew Thomas Giants jersey for Julian's stuffed cat.
Who knew she was a Giants fan?
Who indeed. And who knew our son would turn out to be a Rams fan?
Probably a stuffed sheep.
Fair enough. In the spirit of the draft, we have decided to host our own draft here in the Allison household.
The Allison Rose household.
Right. So anyway, we have decided to draft some biblical characters for our very own fantasy football teams. As I recall, I lost the last board game that we played as a family, which means, in the spirit of things, I get first pick. So I choose Elisha. Maybe he's a little bit old for the draft, I get it, but he is clearly not here to make friends, he's here to win. And if he can call down bears to eat some punk kids for making fun of him for being bald, I'm pretty sure that he can pull off some equally unexpected and effective moves on the field.
Well, for my first round pick, I'm going with Elijah. No one can catch him in that flaming chariot.
Fair enough. All right, for my second round pick, I'm taking Peter. Sure, I get it. Yes, he's undisciplined, but he's a rock you could build your whole team on. From being a professional fisherman to rushing in to cut off a high priest's ear, I'm pretty sure his biceps are going to enable him to throw that ball like none other.
I can see that. For my second round pick, I am going with Enoch. His vertical leap is out of this world.
Because he was taken straight up to...
You got that.
That's quality. I like that. Well, for my third round pick, you know how much I love me a crazy character. I'm going with David because I think that much like Chad Ochocinco, he's going to have some sweet end zone dance moves.
I sometimes think you don't get the point of the game.
That is both fair and accurate. Who's your third round pick?
Oh, easy. Jesus.
What? Who are you, Bill Belichick? That's cheating. You can't draft the commissioner.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. If Jesus is off limits, then for my third round pick, I'm going to take Samson. He has unparalleled strength. You just have to keep him away from the opponent's cheerleaders.
Oh, snap.
See, I see what you did there. Snap. Like you snapped the ball, football draft. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode of Say So News. As always, if you guys have stories to share with us, please send them to missy@zionlife.com so that we can cover them in a future episode. I've been your host, Hannah Allison.
And I'm your host, Chet Rose.
Remember, no matter what's happening out there, one thing remains true.
The steadfast love of the Lord endures forever.
Let the redeemed say so.
And have a quality day.